Welcome to today's reading. So, we are going to do another holiday love reading. Get your doobies out. We're going to be getting into that love tea, okay? So, collective starts at 30 seconds. Alright, so I have 5 cards here. One of them was just too excited, and it's one of these top cards here. The other one was just itching to come out too. So we got the sun in reverse, that is Taiyo in Japanese, and then Seihai no Ichi for the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is in the upright, however the sun is in the reverse. Interestingly enough, as I'm recording this, it's very sunny. Not perfectly sunny. There's a little bit of clouds coming here and there. So partly sunny. So what is going on right now for the collective when it comes to love? Well, new beginnings are here. After all, it is now the year 2024. We're coming up to the Chinese New Year. So, however, these readings are timeless, as they say. So, taking that timing into at least into consideration for your synchronicity here, if you're here for the timelessness of it all. So what we got here is this new beginning energy. However, there is, with the sun card, this illumination that is coming about. The sun is coming down and reflecting on your cup of water. But since it's partly cloudy, you can peer into the cup of water and not get blinded by the sun. So that's kind of what's going on for the collective when it comes to love, is that we're starting to experience the light of love, but not to the degree where it's overwhelming us, where we're getting blinded by it. And we got the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. That is the Unmei no wa in reverse. We have Seihai no Hachi in reverse. Oh my. And we have Seihai no Ju in reverse. Okay, so this makes sense, right? I said that there is this love energy that's coming through, but only to a degree where you can see it, where it's not overwhelming you, right? So these other energies are affirming that in a way, that they're affirming that the wheel is going to be turning, but only just enough so that you're not overwhelmed by this quick, abrupt change. Because after all, like for me, right, I have chronic PTSD and I have to heal it. And the process of healing it is, I wish I could do it overnight, but, it's a gradual process of uncovering and detaching and processing, etc., right? And so similar thing for this with incorporating the goodness. And then we have the Seihai no Hachi, and then the Seihai no Ju. So this is like this sort of, how do I put it? You have learned a lot when it comes to what it means to be a loving being. And you have learned a lot about these potentials that you thought could be something, but it turns out they weren't, kind of thing. So that is the that is the underlying energy here, so to speak. I mean, that's not the underlying energy of the bottom of the deck. The bottom of the deck card is Koka no Kojo, or Koka no Kosho, which is the Page of Pentacles in reverse. So, yeah, and that does affirm this learning energy that you are basically transitioning out of this page energy when it comes to applying your energy in regards to what your vibration perceives as love. All right. So this is good. This is good. Let us move on from the collective to the options now. So we're going to do that at 5:30. So the two options we have today are in theme with the holiday love, right? So number one is a gift box with a heart on it and a pink bow on top. It's a very light pastel pink color. Option number two is a gingerbread man wearing a red bow tie with red buttons, and he's just smiling. Yeah. So, whenever you're ready, make your selection, and then we shall begin with your reading. Ya'at to those who have chosen option number one, the gift box with a heart on it. Now, here's the tea. Get ready. That's the tea. I decided that the crystal ball needs to come out. You know? I need to look at more than just the cards. Let's have some fun. So, take a sip of your tea. And we're gonna dive in. Because one card popped out. As I was thinking crystal ball, yes, I was affirming that. The moment I affirmed that, the High Priestess came out. Onakyoko came right out. Popped right out. Heads up. Ready to go, saying, yes, honey, let's do it. So, number one, you got the High Priestess. She's coming out to talk. Now, you by chance could be bi. You could be gay. Or whatever. Because for me, the High Priestess is the most feminine card that, you know, she's so feminine that she's gay, basically, kind of card, right? So that, to me, is the High Priestess. She's the... yeah. So anyway, you could be gay. You could have a gay friend. Or, you know, overall, the High Priestess... because we're talking about love, right? So I'm just gonna throw that out there, you know? But the High Priestess is also a very intuitive card. Like, the most intuitive card, I would say, out of the entire archetypal progression, out of the archetypes of the major arcana, compared to the moon, I would say. Because the moon implies that there isn't so much clarity, whereas the High Priestess is the mastery of the progression of the moon phases. Right? So, that could be you. That could be somebody you're involved with. Right? So, I'm just picking at whatever falls out here. Now, if we're gonna go with zodiac signs, the Chariot is related to Cancer, and that's your next card. I'm only pulling 2 cards here. And that is Senja for Chariot. And that's coming out in the upright. That's cool. I like that. So you could be involved with somebody that is a Cancer, or this could just be indicative that you are on a subconscious level incorporating what God subconsciously wants for you in your conscious mind. And you are basically manifesting that here with the Chariot. You are on a subconscious psychic level manifesting how to move forward with the most loving vibration. Okay? And with the underlying energy here, you have Seihai no Yon. And that is the 4 of Cups in reverse. So, the 4 of Cups, in this regard, since we're looking at love, right? this could be about an engagement, this energy, but since it's in the reverse, this generally means that, like, it's been, like, there's a history of, like, difficult to commit kind of energy, right? Where people haven't been, like, emotionally balanced enough to even be emotionally balanced with you, kind of deal, right? Because this card can also be about having emotional stability, a good framework within the emotional archetype of the minor arcana. And so this shows that you are positively moving forth from that energy. Like, that's, like, kind of your starting point. And then you are basically, like, kilometers down on the board game of life, traveling away from this checkpoint with the chariot in the upright towards your God-given destination. So let's take a look at what I can see in the crystal ball. I'm just gonna look in it for a moment here. Okay. I think I've been looking at too many SpongeBob memes because I'm already seeing Patrick Star here. So, I'm just gonna go ahead and affirm that that could be something for you. You could be into that. But I also see an angel. Like, I see, like, a really big... What's the description that I can use for this art style? I see, like, a very... Like, a woman wearing, like, a dress and with long hair kind of person. Or this could be a native dude. But I think this is a native looking angel woman. After all, you're here at the Native Anarchy Oracle. We're gonna see native angels in this crystal ball, okay? So basically, a native angel wearing, like, an orange dress. And yeah. So that's pretty cool. And the more I look at her, the more she has a heart on her chest. And now it looks like she's holding an infant wrapped in a blanket in front of her, as if she's, like, handing a baby over to somebody. Yeah. And I would say from the size of this woman's breast, it looks like she could be pregnant, or, like, it could be right after pregnancy. Kind of thing. Like, the size of her breast is saying something about pregnancy. So there could be something that has to do with that coming up. Yeah, now I really just see, like, a big butterfly. The color, though... I mean, this could be really any color. I'm seeing, like, blackish. Could be white. It could be turquoise or blue. And now there's a sort of diamond forming on the chest of the... Well, not, like, the chest, but, like, all across, like, the whole butterfly from the head to the bottom of their body. And the diamond is reaching the crevices of their wings when they are expanded. And now the butterfly is kind of transforming into a fairy godmother wearing, like, a crown. So before it started to transform into that, I saw a crown appear on it, and then it, like, instantly transformed into this fairy godmother looking woman with adornments wrapped around her hair, and her hair is kind of vertical like Marge Simpson, but it's a little bit crooked, a little bit bent. So that's gnarly. She's kind of wearing, like, a kimono and, like, actually playing a guitar now. She's, like, transforming into a woman wearing a kimono, like a geisha almost. Playing, like, and the guitar is, like, the old rock 70s guitar. Or not 70s, like, you know, 30s. Just, like, the classic rock kind of guitar. Alright, I think that's all I'm gonna see in the crystal ball for you for now. And, we'll do that another time. But I'll do that for the next option, of course. So, this concludes your love holiday reading. That was the tea, whatever that just was. Honestly, you know, bookmark this if you want, right? Because sometimes these things can come true down the road. Because for me, I done that crystal ball on my other channel. I did a reading on the plane incidents where people saw like stuff on planes back in July, like back to back, 2 days apart, where these like people weren't real and they were flipping out about it. I did some readings on that, and funny enough, some of the predictions I did with the crystal ball did come to fruition, but not in the way that I anticipated. So what came true was that I basically pointed out like somebody wearing like a Nazi armband, you know, doing the Heil salute kind of deal. And and that actually, how that came to fruition is that information about that specific person that I was reading on, Tiffany Gomez, information like about that hadn't, like, what was it? She hadn't like officially made like a statement or something. I don't remember what it was, but some sort of pivotal information about that day hadn't come out until like way later. It might have been like the body cam footage or like the arrest records or something, like, or whatever it was, like something like that came out basically around the time that the Palestinian genocide on October 7th just dominoed. So yeah, so anyway, that's why I was just saying, you know, if you feel like you can set aside this reading in like a little playlist of readings to check back up on and see if whatever I was looking at in the crystal ball were relevant. If you want. I suggest. Okay, anyway. So this concludes the holiday love reading for those who have chosen option number 1. Ahehe, kikuwapa meninoa. Ya'at to those who have chosen option number 2, the gingerbread man, smiling, having a good time with the red bow tie and the red buttons. So let's take a look at your holiday love reading. What do we got? Okay, we have Seihai no Ju, the 10 of Cups in the upright. Then you have Bo no Go, which is the 5 of Wands in reverse. Your underlying card is Bo no Kishi. So for you, my dear, for your love reading, your specific love reading, okay, we have the 10 of Cups. Beautiful, beautiful energy. 5 of Wands, yeah, kind of neutral energy, kind of negative a little bit, kind of neutral. Now, when this card comes up in the reverse, it's like an implication that there is a fire that is still going. There are embers that are still burning when it comes to this sort of thing, right? So it's like saying that you have this dream of happiness, of like you're happily ever after or whatever. You have this sort of emotional fulfillment, emotional completion within a vision that you may share with somebody. And this sort of ember, that this feeling is there, is burning within you. Now, you could be in a relationship, right? So this could be an indicator that if you're in a relationship, that there is still this love that there was when you started. That even more so, now that you've come this far, you can see this great potential with this person. However, here, with the underlying energy of Bo no Kishi, this is implying that when it comes to you potentially being in a relationship, right? Like if you're with somebody, okay? This energy as the underlying energy shows that you are in a flirtation stage with this person. That things aren't really that serious right now, okay? That there is a great excitement, a great joy, a great happiness, a great arousal of one another on an intimate level that is there, right? But it's just, you have to tend these embers that are burning here, and don't spill all your cups of water on the fire. You gotta balance those out as you build this fire with one another. That's what I'm saying for somebody that's in a commitment or something. Now, outside of that, when we talk about single people, or if we're just talking about the vibration of love, this is showing, all the above of what I just said for somebody that would be in a relationship. But it's more so in regards to you, I would say, enjoying your time. Enjoying your time flirting with people. This is about you enjoying being single, or you just enjoying enjoying falling in love with yourself, right? So having a good time with yourself, enjoying all the little things, finding fun things to get excited about, fun things to laugh about, but also being brave and courageous in things that make you feel passionate about life, about loving life. So, yeah. This is just an affirmation that you are in a phase right now where you are you're just keeping up with not the Kardashians, but the insert whatever your name is. You're keeping up with yourself. So let's take a look in the crystal ball, because I decided to do that for option number 1. So I can't just leave you hanging. We gotta do a little crystal ball reading for you. So what do we got? And okay, now she's got a smudge on it, because I had some incense burning and touched the bowl. Okay, so let's take a gander. Okay, so first of all, I'm seeing a blimp flying to the west as I look into it. So you could potentially be living in the West. You could be a fan of a sports team that is in the West, because I think they use blimps for sports teams and stuff like that. I don't know what else. This could be indicating that there's like a slow travel that's going to be happening for you at some point, and you're going to be going to a place that you are very, very familiar with, potentially. Let's take a look at what else we can see. What else do we see here? The sun's going down, so I'm using the light the best of my ability, the natural light here, to get something else for you. That's interesting. So I'm seeing this heart that is cut in half down the middle, and one half of it is this smiley face with the mouth open, and the other half is just a plain heart. And the heart on the other side is just, it's not as big as the heart on the right side when I'm looking at it. So it's basically showing that on the left side there is a lot of excitement. This side of the heart is a lot bigger, but the right side of the heart is just very simple and almost dull compared to the left side. Two halves of the same heart. I saw a flower for a moment there. That was cool. A flower with about something like 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, about 8 petals. That's what it looks like, a flower with 8 petals. Color. I mean, it looks kind of yellow. It could be a yellow 8 petal flower. That looks about right. Now it's transforming into what is it? I guess a woman's waist. And it's kind of interesting because it's showing like a bodysuit like for cosplay, but it's also transforming into like an old Victorian kind of dress. So this could be indicative of some, you know, sort of person, either you or somebody you know is into cosplay or is into a wide variety of things that have to do with cosplay or old historic information. So this could be a very interesting sort of, or this could be you yourself, you know, kind of expanding and looking at these things and finding that you're falling in love with these things. So I think that's about all I'm gonna read for you for now from the crystal ball. Alright, so I'll incorporate that a little more here and there, you know. Have a little fun with it. Alright, so this concludes your reading for those who have chosen option number 2, the gingerbread man with the red bow tie, red buttons. Ahehe, Giga Waba man, Mina Wa.